Good morning YouTube and welcome back to Handlebars and Holidays. Hoping to get out today for a ride. The weather's been a bit crap recently, but today should be nice. Got a little job to knock off first thing this morning though, so I'm going to get stuck in and fingers crossed get out there. Come with me. Well, the weather's actually looking a bit shit, so fingers crossed it brightens up in the next hour or two. Well, that was a bit of a cock-up this morning. We had a bit of a disaster. The work aspect's done for today, but we got to the house this morning. Never done this before, but got to the house this morning. The lady was a little bit surprised. She said, "I thought you were coming tomorrow." And I said, no, it's today. She said, "Oh, we've not got anything ready." So we went in and started moving stuff and what have you. And then she mentioned a fourth bedroom that we're supposed to be doing. And I said, "No, we're only doing 3. And anyway, I pulled the plan out and said, "This is the plan you sent me." And she said, "That's not my house." So anyway, long and short of it was, we'd gone to the wrong house. We'd gone to tomorrow's work today. So a bit of a cock-up, completely my fault. Unfortunately, we'd unloaded all the stuff, so we had to reload everything up and go to the correct house, which was only 5 minutes away, as luck would have it. But no, never done that before. Anyway, the work aspect is done for me for today, so it's playtime now. Weather's still looking a bit shit really. It's very cloudy, looks like it could rain, although the forecast says only 10%. So anyway, we'll see what it we'll give it another hour or so, go and have a brew and see what it does. Okay, so we're out. We've left work behind. Managed to sidestep it for the rest of the day. The sun has come out, the sky is blue, and I'm heading, I'm not entirely sure where to go, but I'm heading inland towards the town of Bullsbrook at the moment, which is a direction I've not been in for a little while. Quite a nice Lexus in front of us there. Ah dear. So yes, the weather has picked up a treat. It is actually only 18 degrees. So I'm wearing my winter gloves, which incidentally were my summer gloves when we lived in the UK. So one of the biggest purposes of the trip today, apart from the fact that I just wanted to ride, I've got my new editing software. So I needed some content, some footage, in order to have a little bit of a play with that. There's a lot to learn. It's a lot more involved than what I was using previously, but it gives me a bit more flexibility, and I just wanted to get some footage on a couple of cameras that I could have a little bit of a play. The whole crux of that software being that you can use multiple cameras much more easily is the idea. So I'm just going to start off baby steps, 2 cameras today, and just see how I go with that. I'm about 20 minutes from home at the moment. Bullsbrook, where we're heading, is we actually went through Bullsbrook on a previous ride when I went to 2J. We sort of skirted Bullsbrook a little bit because we went through the Chittering Valley. Excuse me. There's not a great deal at Bullsbrook, to be honest. It's just a small town, and actually what I might do, what I think I will do is we'll kind of skirt Bullsbrook again. When we hit the town, we'll basically go north and head up to Bindoon. There is a particularly good pie and cake shop in Bindoon, which I will do my best to avoid. However, it's 11:30 and I am getting a bit peckish, so I think there's a good likelihood that I'll fail. But anyway, does going out on your bike count as exercise? I suppose it doesn't really. Can't say that I'm burning many calories. I have brought the drone with me today, but I actually might not bother with it today. I don't think the area that we're going in, there's too much of much interest really. I don't know. If I stumble on anything that's interesting, I can soon whip it out. This is also the main or the first sort of decent test of the new Yamaha comfort seat. So likely to be out for 2 or 3 hours today. So it'll be interesting to see what the verdict is on that. At the moment I'm probably about 20-25 minutes into the ride, and it's a treat, to be honest. Feels lovely, so we'll see how we go. I could give you regular bum updates. One of the advantages to the new software is that it gives you a lot more flexibility in what you can record, the resolution and the frame rate that you can record in. So this is also my first test of the new settings. So I'm hoping that what you're seeing is at least as good, potentially a bit better than the last couple of videos. I think the whole process of the cameras and the setup and everything is going to probably constantly evolve. Our weather has certainly taken a little bit of a change just recently as we slip into winter, or slip towards winter. Temperatures are working the way down now. We've got quite a lot of highs of sort of 18 and 20, but the temperature in the morning and the evening really does drop off quite a lot. Few emus, there you go, emus to the left there. Hope the camera picked that up. Oh, there's the water park. Hopefully the camera can grab that. Not a place that we've ever been in. It's more obviously for the kids. And there's also a maze just on the left here somewhere, which I believe is quite good, but again, not something we've ever bothered with. Before I turned the camera on today, I'd actually passed Barbagallo Raceways, so about 10 minutes away from where we live. There is a full-blown proper raceway. They have national and they host international races and cars and bikes, and they have track days and all sorts of things. It is a proper racetrack. It's a smallish one. I don't know where I've got this figure from, but I have a feeling it's about a 1.6 kilometre lap, but that could be completely wrong. I don't know where I plucked that little bit gem from. I have been on the raceway once in a Holden, in our Holden R8 when we had that car.
That was an amazing vehicle. 6.2 litre V8, 455 brake horse, I think it was. And I took that on the track when it was almost new. It had done about 5,000 kilometres. Amazing experience, but you just realise how crap at it you really are. You know, I think we'd all like to think that we've got this hidden talent, you know, and one day it's going to come out and everybody's going to say to you, my God, you're good at that. Well, that wasn't the case. The car was way more capable than I was. But anyway, it was good fun. Cost me about a third of a set of tyres in 20 odd laps. But it was unfortunate that it's so heavy on tyres, because that would have been a great hobby. But I think the tyres for that car were about $4,000 for a full set, and to scrub off a third in just about 20 laps, no, I can't afford that. So it was a one-hit wonder, I'm afraid. Quite near the Pierce Air Base. It's just over to the right, over there somewhere. I can actually see the control tower in the distance there, maybe. I can. Don't know whether the camera will get it. Quite often get low-flying jet aircraft around this area, training and such like. Talking of jet aircraft, actually, fascinating thing happened last week. Callum and I went to a job, just a normal skirting job, and turns out the guy that owns the house is a retired jet fighter pilot. A really nice, fascinating guy that he's South African, and he was in the South African Air Force in his flying career. He's obviously retired now, but in his career he flew a long haul for Cathay Pacific and various other things. To be honest, he was firing facts and figures at us so fast, he was kind of going in one ear and out the other. But he now, interestingly, well, a couple of interesting things really. He now flies a simulator, a virtual reality simulator. So he wears the VR goggles and has this amazing sort of a pair of joysticks in his office. So he kind of sits there giving it this on these real fancy joysticks that, oh, there we go, helicopter, that look like they've come straight out of a jet fighter. They're not the plastic crap that you normally associate with PlayStations and what have you. And he flies this virtual reality jets, and seemingly you buy the aircraft. I think he said the software was free, but you buy the aircraft, and he'd got a Hawker Hunter and various other planes. And he was explaining to Callum and I that it's so real, bearing in mind he has flown those planes many times, so he can absolutely testify that it's incredibly realistic. So I couldn't help but say to him, look, you do realise that we're not going until we've had a go. Unfortunately, he was his goggle, he had some, I think he said he had a compatibility problem with some new goggles that he'd got, and it wasn't working at the moment, but he promised that as soon as he gets it going, he would give us a call and we could go up and have a go, which I'm really looking forward to. That'll be really good. He actually said it's so realistic that only about 30% of people can do it, because it makes you feel so ill, because your eyes are telling your brain that your body should be moving. So that was interesting. But also, he actually still owns a jet fighter. I think he said that was a Hawker Hunter. I can't remember the specifics, but they were looking to move house. They wanted to come to Australia, and he was trying to find somewhere to locate this jet, and trying to get it into a museum. And the long and short of it being, the museum in Perth, just down by the city, offered to house the jet. They offered to pay for the transportation of it to Perth, but even more impressive, they offered to restore it. So it's currently, as we speak, being repainted and refitted, and they're getting it to a state of almost able to fly again, as close as it can be to flyable without actually being flyable. So it's an aircraft that will never fly again, but it'll be a really nice specimen to have in the museum. And the guy is going to give us a nod when it's gone in, and we'll go down and we'll meet him there, and he's going to sort of talk us through it and tell us all about it and show us around, and which will be great. And great, I think, fantastic of the city of Perth to take that on board. That's a hell of an expense from their point of view, really, to have the plane brought over and to restore it. There was various other, seemingly Adelaide wanted the plane, but they weren't prepared to pay the transport and this, that and the other, and Perth stepped up and done the right thing, and it's going to be, I believe it's going to be the centrepiece of the museum, which is great for Steve, the owner. And it was really the reason that they moved to Perth, because he wanted somewhere to put the plane. There was a point where he thought he might actually have to scrap it, but I think there would have been tears involved if that was the case. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. It's actually turned into quite a lovely day, really. Temperature stayed steady at 18, which, to be fair, is nice. It's just nice, really. I put the liner inside my jacket, dug out the winter gloves, and everything is good. Apart from I'm getting a bit hungry. There's the road train assembly area there, which is exactly that. It's obviously where they put the huge road trains together. This is a new junction. totally not bloody sure which way I'm supposed to be going here. My gut feeling was right, but I chickened out of taking it. Too far off Bindoon now. Oh good, got an overtaking lane. Just gone through an area of quite strong smelling rotting kangaroo, which isn't very nice, but it's a very distinctive smell. There's obviously one or more kangaroos have been hit at the side of the road and they just fester away to nothing, get eaten by all the little mini beasts, but they stink, and if the wind's blowing the right way, oh, you can smell them. Bindoon Museum. I don't think we've ever been in Bindoon Museum actually. Well, we're about an hour, just about exactly an hour into the trip, so an hour of bum on seat, and I can report that the Yamaha comfort seat is a definite plus. You can, I mean, you can tell you're not sat on the sofa at home, but it's way better than the standard seat, a lot better. So yeah, considering I think I paid about $305. Got a little bit of discount from our local Yamaha dealer. So I think it came down to about $305, which I think is quite reasonable, and I would say worth the money for sure. So this is Bindoon, people. Another small town. But quite a nice little place. And the bakery in Bindoon is pretty much pretty famous, really. The Bindoon Bakehouse, they call it. interestingly enough, I think the lady or one of the ladies that owns it, one of the partners, lives just in the same suburb that we do. She's just around the corner apparently. Could do with her bringing some cakes home. They have lovely cakes here. So here we are, the Bindoon Bakehouse. And motorcycle parking too. This is one of the things with this bike, it throws up all the shit off the back tyre up onto your seat. If you were riding in bad weather and it was wet and muddy, I presume it would throw all that up onto your back as well. Anyway, we don't do wet and muddy. And could you have a large, very weak cappuccino? So that was a very nice pie, beef and blue cheese, which has always been my favourite, but we realised a few months back that I've actually got well, I know I have an allergy to penicillin, and blue cheese containing penicillium actually causes a reaction. But the one time that we found out, I'd actually had quite a lot of blue cheese, so I haven't had any since. And this is the next time that I've been here and just automatically ordered my favourite pie, which is beef and blue cheese, without realising. And I was just halfway through eating it and thought, shit, this has got blue cheese in it. So hopefully there wasn't enough blue cheese to cause a reaction, which is only an itchy rash. So fingers crossed. That's good. What I'll do, I think, is I'll try and push it down quickly with this banoffee eclair. That should hopefully do the trick. That was superb. Best cakes. I think this is the best cakes in Perth. A lot of cakes in Perth seem to be actually not very sweet. That was good. Okay, so that was Bindoon Bakehouse. Well, it still is. It's just got one less pie and one less cake now. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so rather than go back the way we came, we'll head through Gingin, I think, on the way home, which is another nice little town, village, I suppose, that we go to quite a lot. them pies and cakes are nice there. That banoffee eclair is that was a cracker actually. The last time I was there I remember being slightly disappointed. Maybe it was yesterday's, but that was most certainly today's. That was very good. Very much like the Lake District, the scenery around here. The Bindoon Tavern used to be one of our Saturday morning haunts for a while. That we used to go, me and a couple of mates used to go there and get there around lunchtime, have a bit of lunch, just sit down and bullshit for a bit. Another whiff of kangaroo then, quite a strong one. Just felt a couple of things. One hit my leg and one hit my foot. One's just hit my hand. Another one hit my leg then. This is the area that a few weeks ago I mentioned it in a previous vlog. This is the area where we went through a load of locusts, so I'm hoping I don't want to go through a load of locusts. Can't tell what they were that hit my my leg and my hand. I guess we'll see. .17 degrees at the moment. Oh, just dropped to 16 as I said that, but still perfect temperature really, I suppose. It's all about the clothing, isn't it? It's all about getting the clothing right. These sort of roads where there's bush quite close to the road on both sides, I always like to try and stick to the middle of the road, somewhere near the centre line, because it just gives you that bit more chance if anything comes out from either side. Always something that's in the back of your mind, that. Which way would I go? Which way would they go? It go, should I say. Or sometimes they're rarely on their own. turn round because I'm not sure. It probably wasn't, but I may have just seen a snake at the side of the road. I'm not sure. Be on the right now. It looked a little bit coiled up if it was. No, it's a banana skin. I just saw something that looked a little bit goldish. Just at a glance, this on the side here. It's a banana skin. That little thing. 14 years we've been here this year, and we've yet to see a snake properly. Other people, my parents that have been here on holiday, have seen one slither across the path right in front of them. We've seen them on the road when we've been driving, but we've yet to actually see one properly where you can kind of stand back and watch it slide across or whatever. Cop cars out here, what's he doing? Bit in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, the old windmill there. Can't pass one of them without thinking about Clint Eastwood for some reason. One or two things hitting my feet again. Can't really see them. Oh no, because that's all the odd. Yeah, there's the odd one fluttering. Oh, there's a few. There's a few. Oh yeah, there's another one just hit my leg. I don't know whether that's the turn into Gingin or not. No sign there. This isn't the normal way we come to Gingin. I think they've took a sign down. I think we normally go right at that last junction, and I think they've took the sign down to Gingin. Why would they do that? This is definitely not the normal road. Ah, there's something wrong here. This isn't the right road. I'm going to turn around and go back to that junction. In fact, before I do that, I'll just put Gingin. Yeah, they are locusts. You can see them here. They're very low down. That's why they keep hitting my bloody feet. Okay. Looks like you could still go down that road, but I'm bloody sure that's not it. There you go, Gingin, left. They've took the sign down on the other side of the road for some reason. Why would they do that? And it wasn't left at this roundabout, it was left at that last junction up there. I'm going back to the one that I think it is. This is the turning, this is the normal turning, I'm sure it is. The old trucks there. These old farmers, when they've got an old knackered truck, they don't seem to get rid of them, they become garden ornaments. It's the Aussie way. I think I'll keep my visor shut until I stop. Don't want joining. Don't want any passengers. Yeah, that was the normal bloody road. I'm sure they took a sign down. I don't remember seeing that play area before. Looks like that's all new. Let's have a look at what's up here now. That's the cafe. This, I think this is like a community hall or something down here. That play area is definitely new. Lions Club of Gingin Chittering. Civic Centre, I think. See how far around here we can go. This is quite a nice spot to have a little play with the drone, I think. Okay, let's have a bit of a mooch around. so that was Gingin. It's a nice little place. Been here many times and just brought a little picnic and just sat on the green there by the big water wheel. Hi love, have we only got unleaded, normal 91? Have we only got 91?
Yeah.
Okay, just had to put some 91 in, which you don't like the idea of. But I had one dodgy situation, nearly running out of fuel from here. Don't want to get in that situation again. Okay, so we are now homeward bound. Probably about 45-50 minutes from home now. I'm definitely going to class the comfort seat as well worth the money. Actually overdue a trip out on the Harley, but I've actually got a bit of a problem with the Harley at the moment. The other week, couple of weeks ago, it wouldn't start one Saturday morning, which I didn't think too much of. The battery on there was about 3 years old, and you usually only get about 2 or 3 years out of a Harley battery, because it's basically a motorbike battery starting a car engine, so they take a hell of a pasting. So I didn't think a great deal of it. I just organised a new battery, put that on, and it was just the same. So it obviously wasn't the battery. I spoke to my mechanic, and he's been down and had a look at it, and we think it's the ACR valves, which adjust the auto something, oh I don't know, but basically they open a valve in the cylinder head to reduce the compression, so that it makes it easier for the starter motor to turn over that big 1.8 litre engine. With it being a V-twin, it's a real heavy lump to turn over. So it opens the valves, reduces the compression. As soon as the bike starts, it closes the valves. And anyway, he thinks that the valves aren't opening. That's why it's struggling. It's fighting a ridiculous amount of compression. So that's a little bit ongoing at the moment. But I'll have to get that sorted, because the Harley's not moved for a few weeks now, which is a bit sad. I spent a whole day minting it up. I got it absolutely gleaming, looking forward to going out in the sun, and the bloody thing wouldn't start. But we'll get there. Sid, our little staffy puppy, is proving to be quite a challenge. We've had him for, what will it be, 3 weeks tomorrow, and he's settled in very well, but you forget just how hard having a puppy is. It's about 27 years since we've last had a puppy. Max, our last dog, was about 1 when we got him from the RSPCA, so he was pretty mature and, you know, pretty grown up, so to speak. And our previous dog in the UK, Dexter, the boxer, we had him as a puppy, but he lived to be 13, over 13. They both lived to be over 13. So it's about 27 years since we've had a pup, and he's pretty full on. We took him to the vets the other night for a bit of a puppy checkup, you know. And the vet said we tend to find that there's 2 types of staffies. There's the really calm, placid ones, and then there's the ones that are absolutely full of it and complete nutters. Well, I think we've got the latter. He's full of beans. And he came to us at about 5.5 months old, supposedly nearly house trained. Truth is, I don't think he was in the slightest bit house trained, and it's taken 3 weeks, but we've got him pretty much, I'd say he's 90% of the way there. Just that he just forgets every once in a while, and he'll just do a little wee inside, but more often than not he's going out through his dog flap. He's doing the right thing. But he's a comical little sod. I've never known a dog that sleeps upside down as much as he does. I mean, it must show that he's reasonably content, because he sleeps most of the time on his back with his back legs wide open. like he's displaying to the world all his dangly bits. This guy's throwing some shit up, some gravel. God, it's still hitting me from back here. So this is Military Road, and this is where the observatory is. I'm just coming up to it here, the turning for it on the left. I mentioned this in one of my other vlogs, but this is they call it the gravity centre, I think, and it's a big observatory, and I believe it's very good. Haven't done it, but I believe it's an entertaining evening. Past another dead kangaroo at the side of the road there. Woo! 19 degrees at the moment at 2:45. Sit behind him any longer. So we're back on Indian Ocean Road now. This turns into Wanneroo Road and goes right down into the city. So this is one that you can just stay on for a long time, but I'll turn off up here and go down roads that are a touch more interesting. was going to go down is showing orange on the map for some reason. So maybe they're doing roadworks on it or something. So perhaps I won't bother with that one. It's a shame. Never mind. This tavern just on the left here, you can just see it raised up on the left there. That was another one of our Saturday morning fairly regular haunts for a while. Used to go and talk shit there for a bit, and it kind of fizzled out. We go to Neptune's Cafe most Saturdays now at Two Rocks, but that's called the Ocean View Tavern, which is interesting because you can't see the sea from here. Quite inland really, so why the hell it's called the Ocean View Tavern, I don't know. Okay, so I think I'll hop on the freeway here. I'm only about 5 or 6 minutes away from home. This will bring me out right near home. So I'll sign off for today. Thank you very much for joining me at Handlebars and Holidays. I will be back soon with something else, but I hope you have enjoyed Bindoon, the pie, the cake, the little wander around Gingin, and the conversation. Anyway, take care and ride safe. Bye for now.